Hello everybody, it's Maikito. I hope everybody's having a good day and has had a good day so far. As you can see, we're back to a normal setup. I'm back home. Obviously I wasn't really posting consistently over the last couple of days, but honestly, even if I was at home, I probably wouldn't have posted in the days that I didn't post regardless, because there weren't many games at all in some of those games. But I do have a video today, plenty of games tomorrow, and I will say, after today, even though I am back, there won't be any games again for the next couple of days, because just like last week, whenever there weren't any games for 3 days because the teams were traveling, after today they're gonna be traveling back to their club teams, and then we'll be back to normal schedule how we have been doing so far since the beginning of the season. So after today, there very likely won't be a video until I believe Thursday or Friday, for those games, because again, there won't be any games. So um I'm not posting because I don't want to. I'm not posting because there aren't any games. So most of you guys know that. Almost all of you guys understand that. So really appreciate your guys' patience and still supporting me even with these scarce games and stuff like that. But as always, if I do have any added plays, they will be in the pinned comment either later tonight, but more than likely tomorrow before the game start, because more lines will be out, lineups will be confirmed and stuff like that. So keep an eye out for those. But I'll go straight into the picks, and the first one, this one is on PrizePicks, and that's Sergio Rochet to go hard in 2.5 saves, playing away from home for Uruguay, going up against Bolivia. I believe you can get this play on underdog as well, but you do get a less of a payout, so do keep that in mind. It's going to be a tough matchup in the altitude of Bolivia for anyone, no matter who it is. It's a tough matchup for anybody who plays for against Bolivia in their house, so he's going to have work to do regardless. And if you look at the Bolivia home games in which they've played, they have 5 shots on target despite having an early lead against Paraguay, 8 shots on target despite a 20-minute red card against Colombia, 8 shots on target against Venezuela, 5 against Peru, 4 against Ecuador, and 2 against Argentina despite a 39-minute red card. So that was the tough matchup there. So when they play at home, they will take those shots. And again, he's had 8, 5, 4. We just need Rochet to save 3. And Bolivia desperately need a point. They're currently in 7th place out of 10th. And the 7th spot is the playoff spot for the World Cup. This is World Cup qualification. So if they lose that 7th spot, then they're not qualifying at the moment. Right now, they're just even in the playoff spot. They don't even have a guarantee spot. They have a playoff spot. So they need to try to scrape a point here, and they will be aggressive. And in 7 games since September of 2024, this prop has hit for Rochet and Uruguay keepers in 3 out of 7. And the 4 games that this prop didn't hit, he had 2 saves, so he went right under this mark. But I believe he will get that third. He will have plenty of opportunities in this tough environment. So I like this line away from home. So like Sergio Rochet to go higher than 2.5 saves. The second player prop that I found that I like, this one's also on PrizePicks, and it's a safer play. It's a Goblin, and that's Manor Solomon to go higher than 0.5 shots, playing at home for Israel, going up against Norway. You can take his Demon if you want to at 1.5. I think it's a good line as well, but I'm playing it safer here with this one because why not? He took 4 shots in the first game as a quote-unquote left back against Estonia, but he really didn't play as a left back. He plays more as an overlapping left wing back, left mid, and in this game he probably will play as a left mid, so if anything, even better for us. And while it is a tougher matchup, he will shoot, and he is a shooter. So far in the league, in the championship, he's averaged 2.05 shots per 90, 32 shots have been from inside the box, 12 from outside the box. So he will take those long shots if needed. And then he's taking 35 with his right and 9 with his left. So he will take those shots with his left if he is open. So he will take long shots. He will shoot with other foot, and that's good for us. And then when he played for Israel in the Nations League, he had a very, very, very tough group with Belgium, Italy, and France. He played in 4 games and went over this prop in 3 out of the 4. Twice against Belgium and once against Italy. And both of the games that he played at home against Italy and Belgium, he went over in. And now he's at home against Norway. And in the Euro qualification stage for Israel, in which he played against much similar matchups, he averaged 3.33 shots per 90 in those games. And in the 6 games that he played, he went over in 5 out of those 6. And he will get those opportunities. They both won the first game, so the winner here will claim that first place spot, and if it's a draw, Norway will still be first because of goal difference. So if anything, Israel will be more aggressive here. I think it's a good line. He will take those shots, and it's not like Norway's a great defense or anything. They allow a decent amount of shots to opponents, so I like this play. It's a safer play. Manor Solomon to go hard in 0.5 shots, playing for Israel. And then the final play that I found that I like, this one is on underdog, and this one's a safer play as well. And that's Arturo Vidal to go lower than 0.5 goals and assists, playing at home for Chile, going up against Ecuador. He's 37 years old. He's not as quick as he used to be, nowhere near as quick as he used to be. He's since November 2024, Chile have played 3 games. He's played in those games, and he's gone under in all 3 of those games, has not contributed to a single goal, and he's been subbed out in 2 out of those 3 games. And again, that probably has to do with, one, him being aggressive and getting cards, and 2, him just being a lot older and not having the energy that he can to play the full game. He will maybe take a shot against this team, against Ecuador, but he's much more of a defensive player now. And they're playing Ecuador, who actually has the best defense so far out of all the teams, better than Argentina, better than Brazil, better than Uruguay. They have only conceded 5 goals in 13 games, and Chile were scoreless in that first game. And besides, Chile have also scored the second least goals out of any other team in these games so far. They have only scored 9 goals in 13 games. And if Chile somehow managed to score 1, I very, very much doubt that Vidal will be involved. The 1 goal that he has in this World Cup qualification was pretty much like the very first or second game in September of 2023, over a year ago, 2 years ago, from a tap-in against Uruguay. So honestly, you're getting good odds here. I'm taking my chances here. I just do not see him scoring a goal against the best defense so far, or contributing to a goal against the best defense so far. They've been the worst team attacking-wise. Ecuador's the best team defensive-wise. So I like this play. I like Arturo Vidal to a lower than 0.5 goals and assists. And then I do have 2 leans. Both of these are on underdog. If you want to take a look at them, it is up to you. Both of these are at plus money, and they're both, I believe, in the Colombia and Paraguay game. And the first one is Daniel Munoz to take a shot, higher than 0.5 shots. And the other one is Enciso, who came through for us last time. He's also at plus money to go higher than 1.5 shots. But it is a tough matchup, so I can see why the line is at plus money. But you could take a look at those 2 if you want to add an extra play to the underdog plays. Before I get into the money line plays, as always, if you guys please could like the video and comment as well. It really helps support the channel, boost the video out to more people, and it just takes a second. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, turn on notifications so you're notified when these videos are out, because some of these plays do tend to get bumped or taken away relatively soon or often after I post these videos. And if you want to try to avoid that as well, and get the videos out earlier and support the channel, I do have the membership link in the description. It is not a premium. It's not like I hide any picks. It's just for those that want to get the video out even earlier than what they would if they were out to the public. If you're not a member, those that are already got this video and these picks before everybody else. And again, it's a great way to support the channel. So if you're interested in that, link for that in the description, and my code for everything else is in the description as well. Outlier, it is underdog, PrizePicks, Fliff, everything linked in the description. So I really want to thank anybody who supports me in any way. But I do have 2 moneyline plays, and the first one higher than 1.5 Qatar goals, going up against Kyrgyzstan. You can currently get this play for -120. I was looking at 2 other plays for this game. I was leaning to the both teams to score for +100, or the Qatar money line at -160. You can take a look at those, but this is the one that I like the most. Qatar beat them convincingly in the first game at home 3-1 with 30 shots and 8 of those being on target, and a win here guarantees them top 4. But even with that top 4 win, they'll be the only team in that top 4 with the negative goal difference, which is going to be a big for those that don't know, when it comes to soccer, if a team is tied in points, goal difference is the next thing they go to. So with Qatar being the only team in the negatives, they need to score as many goals as they possibly can. And Kyrgyzstan have conceded 2+ in 4 out of the 7 games. And if we look at the amount of shots that Kyrgyzstan allow, they gave Uzbekistan 26, gave Uzbekistan 17 again. They gave Iran 14 and Iran 20. They gave United Arab Emirates to 12 shots to them, and North Korea 14. So it's not like they're a good defensive team. And again, in that first game, Qatar dominated that game with those 30 shots, 8 on target. They had like 60+% possession of the ball. So they're going to have plenty of chances, and there's a reason why Qatar have scored the most goals in in these games, but they have also conceded the most, which is the main reason why I'm not taking the money line, because one, they could concede against Kyrgyzstan, which is also why I was leading the both teams to score. But even then, even if they are up 1-0, that goal isn't going to be enough if they want to get them out of the negative. So they need to be aggressive. They've done good against them before. They have a good matchup, and you're getting good value. So I like higher than 1.5 Qatar goals for -120 going up against Kyrgyzstan. And then the last money line play that I found that I like so far is Uruguay plus 0.5 going up against Bolivia for -170. This is just a play that just means Uruguay cannot lose. They can win, they can draw, but they cannot lose. And I took a similar play. I do not remember if it was Colombia to win or Colombia to draw, or win or draw, which is the same play. And they did lose. But since that one win that Bolivia have had, Bolivia have lost 3 away games, 6-0, 4-0, and 3-1. And the one game that they played at home was against Paraguay. And even then, Paraguay tied that game. So it shows that teams can get a result out of here against Bolivia. And it takes another physical team to beat them, aka Paraguay. They had to be aggressive the whole game. And Uruguay's another aggressive team. They have a lot of aggressive and strong players like Bentancur, Valverde. They have Nandes. Their 2 center backs, Araujo and Jimenez. They will be an aggressive team, and I think that's what's going to carry them in this game. They could possibly win. You could take a look at that play at plus money. It's like plus 200 or something like that. But there's a much safer play, and I think you're getting good value for them to not lose. They've actually played twice. They played in the qualification in the World Cup qualification game, I believe, back in 2023, and they beat them in that game 3-0. And then they played in the Copa America in 2024 and beat them 5-0. While both of those games wasn't an away game for both, it wasn't in the altitude of Bolivia, but it shows you that Uruguay by far have the much better team and much better quality up against Bolivia. It's just whether they have the capability of adapting to the altitude, and I believe they will. Again, it's going to take another physical team, and Bolivia have been playing really, really bad since that one win that they had against Colombia. They've lost the last 3 out of 4 games, and the one they had at home, they drew. So I'm trusting Uruguay's quality here to at least get them the draw. So like the Uruguay plus 0.5 for -170 going up against Bolivia. Thank you everybody for watching. As always, I'll quickly go over last video's picks, the one that I had when I was on that trip. And as you can see, obviously I'm wearing the roll for a reason. We swept those. We went 3-0. Both plays, Kim saves and Lucas shots, both hit. Both of those were pretty easy. And then we have both teams to score in the Orlando and DC game. DC did score late, but they still managed to score, so we hit all of those plays. So we did great on that last video, and hopefully we can carry on that momentum going into today's video. And then even though I didn't post today or yesterday, whenever you're watching these plays, I still added some plays in Discord and we did relatively good in those. So again, even when I don't post, I do sometimes post my personal plays as well in the Discord. So for those that don't know, I have a Discord linked in the description. It's not a premium. You do not have to pay anything. It is completely free. It's just for those that want to look at their plays, get feedback, look at other people's plays, talk during the games, talk about other sports, and I also notify the Discord there when the videos go out public. So if you want even that extra little bit of security when you know these videos are going to go out, you can join that as well. Again, completely free, not a premium. More than welcome to join in the description. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day. I really appreciate your guys' support a lot recently, and we can cash out tomorrow.